So the mother came on live and she told us how she had sacrificed, how she had worked hard and sent her daughter to school. And then her daughter, who is now successful, has basically turned, Karine, what's up? Basically turned her back on her mother. She's embarrassed about her humble beginnings. She does not, I guess, in her one Tapanaris family. And because she not born in one Tapanaris family, she resents her mother. And God's child, what's up? I find that kind of behavior to be absolutely reprehensible. I'm telling y'all. Because imagine your mother raised you on her own by herself. She did everything she could to ensure that you had the best life, to ensure that you were successful. And you know what a beautiful story this could have been if this girl wasn't so short-sighted. And before me say anything else, you still want to talk about two sides to the story. You can't go and go look for the two sides to the story. Me only see one. Me only hear one. And me draw my conclusion because I don't think that mother would come out here and make up such a story. I know some people wicked and people make up stories. But may I go with my heart, and my heart feel as though that mother is genuine. Edgerton, what's up? Trevor, what's up, namesake? How you doing? Kevin and Petria, how y'all doing? Good morning. Blessed Queen, is that you? Yeah. So I don't feel like that mother is being deceptive. All right? And based on that, I move forward with my contribution to the conversation. Right, Kevin? Okay. So the mother has told us how she had worked hard and all that she had done to ensure her daughter got the best life that she could afford. And now that her daughter is successful, her daughter don't even want to be seen in the same space as her. She tells a story about having gone to the graduation and how the daughter walked past her because her friends, I guess her Tapanaris friends who were there, she didn't want her Tapanaris friends to see who her mother was or what her mother looked like. She spoke about how she went to, the first time she had sent her daughter off to America. And when her daughter was coming back, how she had gone to the airport to meet her daughter, and how the daughter walked past her like she didn't see her. Cassie, what's up? Okay? She told of her troubles, of the toils she went through, driving to Kingston, carrying a little piece of yam, a little cabbage, a little this, that, the other, and the third. Those of you who are from the country, who went to college in Kingston, you all know exactly what I'm talking about. That little piece of yam, I don't eat them, I don't well want to eat it. I don't eat, well want to eat the little piece of yam, but she say, something, my third weekend. It's third weekend, you're coming home. She left the little piece of yam for you. For you carry it back to college when you go back to college. You come and your mother have 2-finger banana. She give you the 2-finger banana. For carry back to college with you. Anything she can scrape up, anything she can find. She put it together because she knows that you're coming. And you're going to need food because you don't have no big money. You don't have no big money. Forget. But you get one little cabbage, you get a little piece of salt fish, you get one little piece of yam, you get 2 tomatoes. When we used to come from college, all my neighbors them, All my neighbors used to they put one little breadfruit, one little cucumber. When me come and me I go back, search them fridge. Say, see one cucumber here, church. See one tomato here. When your community looks out for you. And that's what this woman was saying. You know, how the community looked out for her daughter. So whenever they know she would be going to Kingston to see her daughter, they would give her any little thing they have. They would contribute to her development. And now for this young lady to turn her back on her mother, there's something grieve me, man. It's something grieve me. It grieve me spirit, man. And I hear some of you talking about, oh, Pitney not owe them parents nothing. Are y'all crazy? Uno crazy when I'm at somebody? What do you mean by Pitney not owe them parents nothing? Only things that people are going around have Pitney for style. Only things that people doesn't have Pitney just because them have the female parts for have Pitney. People are trying to contribute positively to society. I have my children, I mean, I have them for style. Come in, I have them to let them go for run loose to come disturb you and you and you and you. No, sir. Not at all. But I have them for me one little gratification to a certain degree. Yeah. But at the same time, I accept I have a responsibility to ensure that these human beings that I brought into this world don't come into this world to come disturb you, to come make your existence a living hell. I have that responsibility as a mother. And my children, who I give birth to, I believe, have a responsibility to care for me. When I'm getting old, when I'm old and getting indigent, my children have a responsibility. Those of you who are talking about children don't owe parents nothing, you all are so short-sighted. You all think that all of y'all are gonna have some big money when you get older. You know, I see a lot of you talking about, oh, you will just save your money. If you don't have a child, you'll just save your money. So when you get older, you will have your money to take care of you. You see how inflation going? When you get older, I don't care how much money you save, it's not going to be enough. You know what I'm telling you? Luxury, if you will, to live so old. Miss Cubes, what's up? Not everybody's going to live that old. But how do you expect that another human being should serve as a vessel by which you gained life, and you are going to tell that person you didn't ask them to be here? You don't owe them nothing. It's not a matter of, oh, it's a matter of moral obligation. Because if you look at this, the circle of life, you will see why you need to respect and care for your parents. Where's the Cupid? So we need to invest in ourselves rather than invest in our them. But the thing is, if you have your children, it's your responsibility to invest in them. If you don't have any children, then I can understand. If you don't have any children, then you save your money, you invest your money to take care of you when you get older. Right, Wayne? Yeah, that's what you do. But if you have children, you have a responsibility to care for them. You have a responsibility to parent them. Where's it depends on their gift? What I mean, what kind of gift? Tommy! Tommy, good morning, sugar. What's up? How you doing? Girl, me just come off of the slavery and they hear around me mouth up. I just come off over the slavery, and here I am. The other run up my mouth. How you doing on this here Tuesday morning, my love? Yeah, I was just here talking about the young woman who had come online and was telling us about the strained relationship she now has with her daughter because her daughter resents the fact that she was raised poor. So she resents her mother. And I'm saying people are so short-sighted because you could see that could be a beautiful rags to riches story. That girl could have come out and tell that story and all of us would be captivated. Cupid says they have until they are 18 to 21 to do what? To come out of your house? Them up till them are 18 or 21, between 18 and 21 to leave your house? That's what you mean? You know, Cupid, I love that statement. Cupid says no one is poor. I like that. I like that, Cupid. You may not have as much as somebody else because, you know, you may not have as much as somebody else, but you're not poor. I remember when we were growing up, we did not have much, but I was raised rich. I was raised richly poor. You know what I mean, Tommy? Tommy says, I saw a video where the mom was discouraging her 18-year-old from working because she didn't want her assistants in America to go down in regards to her EBT card benefits. You serious? Really? Really? Oh, Jesus. Sometimes these parents do some things. It makes you wonder. Believe me. It makes you wonder. Cupid said we were born with nothing but life. Well, and in terms of the things that we possess on earth, yeah, some of us were born with some of us were born with nothing. But I'm telling you, I was raised richly poor because I never went to bed without dinner. I never had to walk barefooted. There was always food on the table, no matter what it was. If I was sick, I got to go to the doctor. My mom didn't have much. And I say my mom because I was raised by my mom and my aunt. I've been fatherless since I was 8 years old. Okay? So I know no fun like to jump on top about say, oh yes, what am I single parent syndrome. I'm gonna chuck off. Okay. Okay. I'm proud of that single parent syndrome. Okay. Why are you saying, Cupid? You say if you were poor, how do you live? What do you mean? I didn't even know. Listen, Tammy, I did not know nothing about poor. It wasn't until I like become an adult when me hear people that talk about people poor. Because my thing when I was growing up, poor to me resembled the people the little children that would show on TV from far away places with you know the big belly and the scurvy and the flies following them. That's what I saw as poor. But the people around my neighborhood, we didn't have much. But we never considered ourselves poor. It wasn't until I became an adult. And looking back, I was like, oh, damn. We were poor. I never went to school without a school bag. RCN, what's up? How you doing, sugar? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I never went to school without a school bag. My mom would cut up a jeans trousers, and sit around a little singer machine and pedal and pedal and pedal and pedal and pedal until she make a school bag for us. So we never had to stick our book down in the front of our clothes when we're in a fall. She would take plastic bag and line the inside of the bag. My mother has been very creative all my life. So me don't know nothing about poor. We never go to school barefooted. We never go out barefooted yet. If me walk barefooted, I me want to walk barefoot. But I've never had to go to school barefooted. We were just happy, Yulet. We were just happy. We're gonna go and pick custody. We're gonna pick up coconut. We're gonna pick up pear. We're gonna pick lime. We're gonna pick ackee. Our life was rich. Because even then, my mom used to say, like, I used to be a very picky eater. Very picky. I didn't eat like cho-cho and carrot and cabbage and those things until I was like 13 years old. That's when I started to get a little bit health conscious. You know, that's when I started eating stuff like that. Cho-cho, me never eat until I was like 16 maybe. Yeah, me never like cho-cho, me never like pumpkin, me never like cabbage, me never eat carrot, me never eat what about things me never used to eat. Just give me 2 dumplings with some butter. Just give me 2 dumplings with some chiffon or gold seal. Or little rice with little butter. Give me that. And we eat it all day long. Yes, what I mean. That's what I like to eat. I like, and I love ackee and saltfish and roast breadfruit. Yeah, me love that. I love dumpling. Just give me any dumpling. Me never used to like eat green banana. You know, I like white yam. I want purple yam. My grandmother used to carry me. I don't know white name. One purple yam. But I loved the purple yam. Yeah, but me never used to eat. But poverty never visited us. I never thought for 1 second that I was poor growing up. I didn't have a father. You know, sometimes I would get overwhelmed because it's like as the years went by, the sound of my father's voice and the sound of daddy kept fading away as I got older. Nowadays when I hear the word daddy, you know, it coming like a foreign word. It seems like a foreign word to me because it's been so long since I haven't called anybody daddy. It's been so long that the word just seems like, yeah, it seems distant to me. My father died 2 weeks after my 8th birthday. And from then, I don't have nobody for call daddy. My mom didn't find a man and marry till I was 34. So, so the word daddy seems foreign to me. I would have love you. What's up? Good morning. How you doing? Cupid said, how did the word poor come about? How are you depend, Cupid? How did the word poor come about? Me no know. Lovey, good morning. A pleasant Tuesday morning to you, my love. Good to see you. Yeah, and I'm telling y'all that my mom did everything she could to ensure that we had what we needed. We never have no whole surplus and whatever, but we had what we needed. We have got church every Saturday, and she was sew with a ding dress. And when a ding dress them, she put yes, Cupid, you have made me think where the word poor come from. Yeah, you have made me think. You know, she make a little 3 sister dress. You know, like a 3 sister dress. You look a 3 sister dress. And you have your 1 little socks. You have your 1 little socks. You know the socks with the frill on it? You have your little socks with the frill on it. And your little butter shoes. And you're gone to church. You go to church after you not look and say, Oh, me come to church looking poor. No go so. No go so. You got a church, you look a Bible in your hand. And you go to church, you have a good time. When I was growing up, even though me not go to church now, church for me growing up was great. Was great social development for me. And academic to a certain degree. Because me don't know what I'm doing at church anymore. But when I was going to church, as Danny, what's up? When I was going to church as a child, we had to we learned lots of poems. That's where I got like my first exposure to public speaking, where you go to church, you get to stand up in front of the congregation and speak. No, people not supposed to come out of church. Well, my church, nobody came out of church not being able to assert themselves in public. Because we used to have a youth leader, Sister Rose, bless her heart. She made sure that every single person, every single child got something to say. So you are to come out in front and say, if it's even one word, if it's even one sentence. So you develop that confidence that you can stand in front of a crowd and deliver a speech. You can go in front of a crowd and read something. Big Shipment, what's up? Big Shipment, they set up on me. Big Shipment say, if me I consider Jesus on this fine morning. Big Shipment, then set up on me, leave me alone now. Yes, what I mean, you let a Bible verse. Exactly. You learn a little Bible verse or so, you go in front of the church, you say, and it builds your confidence. And I don't see anybody who I went to church with during that time who is not successful to a certain degree. Give you back up off of me, now push out. Push out, leave me alone now. Me don't need to give my life to nobody. My life is just fine. Danny, tell him love me now. Tell him to back off and love me now. Joe. Excuse me. You see, thank you, Tommy. Girl, it's been 50 years. See him up on the wall there, so. 50 years. 50 years. Push out, what's up? Since this man he never pick up himself. Since them people that decide that, today is the day when he shall not be here anymore. Yeah. And I tell you, my mom did all that she could to ensure that we passed the worst according to her. To make sure so we pass the worst. And all my life growing up, my mother she was always saying, Lord, let me live to see them pitney pass the worst. That was all she begged for, because I know it would have grieved her if she had ever passed away and left us without parents. All these sacrifices that my mom made for us, who the things that me now could have become adult and me not rich, but me too look not need them can carry me go work. You understand me? Me too look not need them can carry me go work to buy food and something. And me could have went turn up my nose after my mother. I mean, I just cannot even fathom the idea that I could see my mom on the street and think of myself that I'm so punctious that this old poor black woman is not my mother. Me don't want to talk to her because she's not my mother. In my mind, that's not what my mother is supposed. What? Listen to me now, young lady. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Friday, I must steal and think a cool breeze. You need to go put your tail between your legs. Keith, good morning. Put your tail between your legs. Go and find your mother and apologize to her. Yeah? Go apologize to her. I tell you, some mothers not deserve it. Because some mothers do some really egregious things to their children. But if I should go by all that your mother has said, and I hit me and go by, I don't know about that tell me something if you wait for two sides of the story. I not wait for no two sides of the story. Okay? I'm going by what the mother say. Me on the mother's side. Yeah. Me on the mother's side. Who she live with? Me don't know. Me don't know Cupid. Me know she live by herself or she have man. I don't know, me love. But she need to put her tail between her legs, put on her shame, put on her pride. Go back, go apologize to your mother. Ask for your mother's forgiveness. And go and talk with your mother. You can't be that proud. You can't depend cow back a cussing kin tough. You never hear that? I don't know, me talk like my granny. You can't, yeah. After you stand pan cow back, so till you can reach up in a sycamore tree. No you are cuss cow. And that's how this thing go. And those of you who are talking about, where's it? Where's it weird? Weird what happened? What's up? Good morning to you, sugar. Exactly, Hewlett. Exactly. Destruction follow pride. Comes after pride. However I go. You know what I talk about. I don't know what I mean. You understand? And I wouldn't wish anything bad for her. I would never wish anything bad for her. You understand? I want her to succeed. And shaft. But anyway, anywho, over head that went over. Did that go over your head? If she live alone, then she on her own. I'm gonna live my life as the father. What you mean, Cupid? If who live alone, if she live alone, then she on her own. I'm gonna live my life as the father. What? Dainty, what you mean? What you mean, Cupid? What do you mean? Come on. Oh my God. Ash was, so you can't find me. Me say me last like good goal. Me say me last like good goal, my friend. What's up? What you doing? It look like some you play tag. Because some call you, me don't get you. So you call me, you don't get me. Osh, we can talk later. I come off our live. We are not wishing anything back, but what she sow is what she will reap. Exactly, Hewlett. Exactly. What you sow, you will reap. If the child is out of marriage. All right. Cupid has a point. Cupid said, if the child is out of my house, then my job is done. Me don't know about that. Like if they're out of your house. I mean, if you send your child off to college, I think you still have a responsibility to care for them at least until they are finished with college. Right? And then they are on their own. Fair enough? Cupid said 18 to 21. That's why they reach. Between 18 and 21, you get rid of them. Well, I'm not going to argue with you about that, but you have to make sure, say, you equip them to survive out there. You have a responsibility not to just have pitney just because you can have them, You have a responsibility to make sure that they are contributing positively to society. Because if you just have them, just drag them up. If you have them, we ain't say young adults still need parental guidance. Exactly, Wayne. If you just have them and just drag them up so with no guidance, no instruction, no parenting, you just bring them up and just let them go into the world. So you let a problem on the rest of us. I mean, I agree with that. You're not supposed to let go your pity them as problem on society. You have to let go your pity them to contribute positively to society. So when you just drag them up and they turn 18 and you say, well, I'm 18 now, I'm an adult, me done with him. You're not investing in the pitney, send the pitney at school. You're not investing in the pitney, make the pitney get one trade. You haven't invested in that child at all. You just drag up one human being and just let it go upon the rest of society. That's not fair. That's not fair. And you are neglecting your civic responsibility if you do that. You're not supposed to do that. So it's not when your child reach 18, you're gonna pitch them out of your house and say, you turn 18 now, so come out of my house. No. Me not agree with that. Train up a child in the way they should be and then let them go. I'm not saying you shouldn't let them go in a Cupid. I'm not saying you shouldn't let them go, but you can't just let them go like a wild and tie us up on the rest of the world. Not nice, what's up? No, you can't do that. I don't agree with that. I know society says, oh, your child turns 18, your child is an adult, so they're ready to go on their own. What can an 18-year-old do on their own? Rent is $2,000 a month. Not nice, what's up? Light bill, phone. How can an 18-year-old earn $6,000 a month with just a high school education? How are you going to pitch out an 18-year-old out on the street to go work a job for $10 an hour? How are they supposed to survive? What dreams do you have for them? What do you want them to become? You don't have no good heart for your pitney if you just pitch them out at 18. No, sir, you don't have no good heart for your pitney. And you shouldn't have them. If you cannot sacrifice to ensure that your child is equipped to handle the world, you don't deserve to have them. So if you stop from just a breed for style. All when they get married, you still have to counsel them. Exactly, you let. Sometimes all when them get married, you still have to counsel them. Cupid said, when I was 14, I was making $600 a day. Cupid, that may be true. You may have been making $600 a day 40 years ago. You cannot expect to pitch out every 18-year-old and expect that each one of them is going to make how much money per day. No, you have a responsibility as an adult, as the parent, to make sure when they leave, they don't have to come back. Because imagine, what I'm trying to show you now, imagine you have an 18-year-old child, just graduated, fresh out of high school, no skills, no degrees, nothing. You say, listen, you're 18, you must leave my house because you're an adult. Imagine that's a girl child. And she walks out of the house. You put her out. She's 18. All she has is just a basic high school education. She goes looking for a job. Where is she qualified to work? All right, she's qualified to work at a fast food place that's going to pay her, let's say, $10 an hour. $10 an hour. How far do you expect that $10 an hour to take her? Do you expect her to move on to higher education? How is that $10 an hour going to facilitate that? She's going to have to live somewhere. She's going to have to pay rent. She might need a little car. She's going to need a car. There are some predatory lenders out there who will see her vulnerability and say, all right, I can loan you. I can have you trust this car. You need to pay me $300 a month or however how many dollars a month, how much per month you need to pay for this car. And this poor girl, you can work her tail off to pay rent, to pay for this car, to pay for insurance, to buy food, just to survive. Her life start out rough. You know the next thing she's going to be looking for? A boyfriend. She's going to have to find a boyfriend because now she needs somebody to share the bills with. And you know, after she finds a boyfriend, what you think going to happen? They're going to end up with a baby. This struggle gets worse. This struggle gets worse. The next thing you know, she calling you, say, Mommy, you can buy diaper for little Johnny for me, please? They need diaper. They need help buying formula. Next thing you know, somebody lose their job. They're asking you to move back home. Life hard. You see them as struggle. You say, no, I don't want my child to struggle. Move back in. And then they move in. Now she moves back with her grandbaby and maybe the boyfriend. That is another problem again. It increases the risk that they're going to start abusing each other because poverty not nice, you know. Poverty not pretty something, you know. The next thing you know, the two of them start fight and beat up each other and whatever. I'm frustrated, them frustrated. And they hate each other. They are frustrated. You understand? Cupid.
Mom,
What happened?
You're not going nothing, man.
Yeah, what mean you're not going to do nothing?
When I say no, it's a system. You understand? You have to form a system first as the parent before the child reach 18. You understand? And the system is you're developing them into a mindset where you teach them everything they should know. For instance, if you are training a child about money, right? You're going to let them see what money is and how to control leverage of money. If you make $3,000 a day, 40% goes where? You're training them and showing them how to spend money from they young. And you make them use your money and do it.
But with all of that, I don't believe in pitching them out at 18. If
so it's like my son. It's like my son. When him reach 18, before him leave my house, before him reach 18, him already him need for have at least $30,000 to $40,000 in his bank account before him leave my house at 18.
Well,
my
not many
child
parents can give their child $40,000.
Already say him cannot pass 30 years old and do any type of work. So it's a system you form. Now, if you have a child that's not listening, is hard-headed, that's going outside and I follow company, but yet still I'm living at your house and you have paid for them stuff,
and
but them I disrespect you, it's not going to work.
No, not my house.
Right. So you got to tell the child, simple, you got to tell the child, if them not get it, them not get it. The fire is hot on the stove. If you touch the fire, you're going to get burned. You tell a child that. Then the child go touch it and get burned.
Ideas putting in the rocks for one.
Ask them why them feel the pain. How does it felt? Were you warned not to touch it? So why are you crying when you was already warned?
Exactly, Tommy.
So if your child reach 18 and them not the money and them broke, hypothetically, we know they ain't gonna do good outside, but they need to learn. Just like the fire where you tell them don't touch it. So if them think them better and smarter than you have to allow them to leave and go figure themselves out.
I could have never do that.
So if you can't do that, right? No, your child is in your responsibility. So if your child don't want to work, you cannot argue with him. You cannot argue with her. If she cuss you out, that's what she feel like for she still can't come back at your house and sit down in your house.
That is why I have 4 adult children. And I tell my 4 adult children, you all shall not leave out of here until you all are equipped to handle yourselves out in the streets. It is my responsibility to send you all out of here as responsible human beings. Me not send you go to the street for go here say police a come and call me. I say you do this, you do that. I go tell me foolishness about a money you that try to do what? No. Therefore I sacrifice and make sure that everybody get their education. No, I don't worry. Because on my life, my children will not come back. It has to, some have to be a catastrophic event for any of my 4 adults to come back home. It will have to be a catastrophic event. Them not coming back. Everybody leave with them education. Everybody leave with something. Everybody leave with something. So as soon as they leave, they're already plotting their way forward. And I don't know, bomb shuffle, I leave, I don't know where me I go, I don't know what me I do. I mean, oh God, me so uncertain. No. I handed everybody their way out. And I can guarantee you none of them not come back. They not come back. They can't come back. Because they are capable of caring for themselves. And any pity what them have out there, them can take care of them children. They can take care of themselves. Me sit down and me watch them growing in them profession and them growing and having them kids and them do. That's what me raise them to do. Me not raise them to go to the street, come knock you down to take away your money. Me not raise them to go out the street for you come out of your house tomorrow morning and then broke your car window and thief out your car stereo and all them something there. Me not raise them kind of rubbish there. No. You understand? So I stand by that it is a parent's responsibility to make sure when you put out the fruit of your womb out there in society, you put them out there to be productive. You don't just have pity for you. You don't just have pity because you can't have pity. You don't just have pity for style. It is your contribution to humanity. So you can't come in like a riff-raff. Not like a frazzle. No. And that's how this thing works.
Well, me I said, right. So I'm asking, all right. If you have a child and the child is not listening to you, so I want you to pay attention to this part. Right? The child is not listening to you at all, and whatever you're saying, that's what the child going out to do. You tell the child, do not go rap nobody to that, and the child goes to go rap somebody and come back in your yard.
Come back a fool yard. Come back a fool yard. Come back a fool yard.
Remember what you were saying? You say you're not kick out your child.
No, I'm not doing it. But if he go to the street now, but the thing is, I'm not kick him out. But it's on me. I'm not kick him out. But it's on me. You don't have to pay a light bill, you don't have to pay water, you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to pay no bills. It is on me until such time that you have accumulated enough to leave. It is on me. And I take on that responsibility. So that when you leave, you not come back. But you're not going to stay here and go to the road, go break people car window. and do foolishness? Do foolishness? You're crazy, man.
The way me do my son, right? I'm gonna tell him to do my son. Yes, so because them go school, them go college, right? I pay them.
If he goes
So like
out
my son, him have to keep a certain type of GPA while them in a school. So you see,
let
every A him get $20.
not in my
Every
house.
B where him get $10. Every C where him get $5.
You watch your mouth, you know.
D where him get, me subtract $5.
Watch yourself, because me have one straight A student they listen here, so I mind you making
yeah, because you see them I go to work, you know, so you have to pay
I'm gonna tell me, say me
And
fi
when
start,
you
me
pay
fi
them
start
now,
PR $100 for every A one
you
get.
have to pay them for every A them get, because y'all develop them know, but to make them understand what money is and show them how to spend it based off the system that they have in your house.
I've
So you're
never
paying
done
them
that.
and have them structure that money back to you.
Me work too hard. Their responsibility is to go to school, go learn them book. Me not pay them for learn them book. And
You
that's
have to pay them.
me not pay
You have
them.
to pay them for learn.
Me not pay
You have
them.
to pay them.
I've never had to pay them. I'm not gonna start now. I have one left at home. I'm not gonna start now.
Yeah, me I make them. I tell them for make them.
Baby.
Some money.
No, don't do that to me. I can't afford it. Me not pay pitney for learn. If you go learn at school, you tell me, pitney for go to school.
You have to pay them for learning. What you mean? Them a get up just like you. Them a go at work just like
Well, they will see the food.
parent for provide for them.
But the thing is, everything they need, I am providing. So if I am providing everything that they need, why am I turn around and pay them? The only thing, you know what I mean? You let the only
Free
thing
money.
they have to
Let
do.
that for them free money.
Well,
Let that for them free money.
well, me another.
Cutting sugar might.
Watch out. The only thing they have to do is to go to school, go learn. Them not have no light bill to pay, no water bill, no rent, no car note, no nothing. They don't have anything to pay. They have one job. Exactly, Hewlett. I send them to school to learn. Them not have to worry about where the lunch money coming from. They don't have to worry about where the uniform coming from. When they come home, there's a roof over their head. There is food to eat. They have car for driving. Yeah, them well off. They have one job. They have one job.
So the reason why I'm gonna say that, right? I'm gonna show you something. You have kids that goes out there and learn without paying nothing, right?
Right.
But the reason for learning and going to school is to get paid. Is to create a formula for what you want to go outside and do as an entrepreneur, hobby, whatever you're doing. So while you're learning it, you as a parent should pay that child to let them see their benefit. If you go, they go get F, you're not get P. If your work is not productive, you don't get no money. But if you maintain a straight A's, this is your reward. This is how much you're gonna get paid. They're gonna look at you. People's gonna look at you when your work is profound. But if you go, they're gonna do sloppy work. Nobody now pay attention to your work. For you for demand something in return for your service. Your work have to be with love, with priority.
Exactly, Tommy. Tommy say, I'm not paying them to learn. However, if they take an extra chore around the house, sure, I'll give them some money. Exactly, you got a point, Tommy.
No, that would be overtime. That would be overtime.
What I mean by overtime?
Time and a half. If them a do chores in the house, you have to pay them time and a half.
not pay them no time and a half, nothing. The chores around the house is for them to do. Them a live for free, them a eat for free, them a use water and toilet and everything for free.
They're not living for free.
What I mean? What I mean they're not living for free?
The kids are your responsibility until they leave your house.
Right. So what are you talking about? You're talking about they go to school, they get A, I need to pay them. They do chores around the house, I need to pay them overtime. What?
Yes.
You are mad
yes.
Yeah. I can't with you, Cupid. Okay, so all I'm doing is working to pay this child for what this child is already supposed to be doing.
No, they're not supposed to do nothing.
What?
You said it. You said you were supposed to provide everything.
No. The child is supposed to do their school work. I'm not going to send the child outside to work. I never send my children like to go to work and go to school. I said, no, you're going to focus on school so that when you finish school, then you can go work. I don't want you to be working and going to school. When I came to this country, I worked 3 jobs and go to school. So every day I'm tired, me too need them, I go crup, and me still a go along. Tired. I said, I never want this, not even for my worst enemy. Right, 10K? And I tell my children, when you go on a school, when you finish school, when you're done with school, then you go to work. And you decide whether or not you want to work 2 jobs. But I'm not going to make you work and go to school.
Work stop before you go to school, you know.
But you are talking about pay a pitney. 10K, what's up?
Not much. Hi, Cupid. What's up, everybody?
Me can't manage my friend Cupid there so this morning, you know.
Cupid on a different level, man.
Cupid.
I want anything in my smoke or drink. I want
me don't know. Cupid want me to mind the pitney them, and then anything the pit them do in the house, me to pay them.
All right, then you should do them schoolwork. Help them schoolwork too, not true.
It's time if pay them to do their schoolwork. When they get A, me give them $10. When they get B, me give them $5. Some foolishness like that.
No, you're not getting a cookie. You're not getting a cookie for what you're supposed to be doing.
For what you're supposed to be doing.
What? No, they not. Listen, I'm trying to get y'all to understand something.
All right, let us understand you. Keep it talk.
All right, so these kids, right? When we get up, we go to work and we perform what we studies, right? The kids are doing the same thing. You become their boss. You're their parent, their boss, and everything. So when they go out to school, and they do their performance, and these kids are making straight A's or straight B's, whatever they're getting, you should reward them.
That's what they are supposed to do.
Hold on. So Cupid, they're not getting rewarded by living at the house already?
Exactly.
And free food, everything?
No, they're not getting rewarded because that's your responsibility as the parent until they're 18 to 21 years old.
All right, so if I happen, you can come take them out and get them to the past appearance. That's ain't doing that shit.
I ain't doing that. Not doing it.
You take them from the house and you give them to somebody else and see how they're gonna survive.
Me not doing that.
So all right,
they're gonna get paid.
I only paid my children like if they did an extra chore or something.
Put them in the system and see if they're gonna get paid for whatever they do.
Want my car wash? I'm say I'd wash my car for me give $10.
Well, you see,
you put it up on a different level, man.
You may know when I say
I respect your view, though, but you're on a different one.
But you know what I say?
I just want you to send me some of what you're drinking.
Oh, you want to get some of what drinking? Let me tell you what I drink, right? When we was 12 years old, we used to live in Jamaica, right? And when I was 12, one man said to me one time when I got school, right? The man said, how much money you got in your pocket, young man? I said, oh, my dad ain't gave me no money today because, we get free lunch at school. He was like, oh, so something should happen over there. So how would you provide for yourself? I'm going to say, I don't know. You see, because you're not learning the knowledge. So I asked him a question. I'm going to say, you teach me what to do that. The man said, let me tell you something. When you go to work, when you go to school and you finish your work and you're coming back home, what do you see around you? I said, oh, I just see the street and I go back on my yard. The man said, develop something while you're going home, and when you find it, let me know. So I go back home, I see some man shovel some sand at the park. And remember what the man said, develop something. So I see one man sit down in one chair, and I see man at work. So I go up to the man and I say, big man, I ask a question, what them man there do? How much you pay them? The man said, oh, if they stay all day, they get $50. If they do half a day, they get $25. So I say, all right, me want to shovel some sand too because me done my work and me have to make some money before I go back in my house. Me at 12, at Jamaica Harbor View, And the man said, no, yeah, little boy, go ahead. I say, big man, you know me, I say, I don't tell her what me want to do. And you have to tell me something else. You're listening to what I'm saying. I'm a child attack to him, because me I sure the other man say, yeah, me can develop something too. So the man make me work. I remember when my father tell me, my father say, yo, when you're young guy, you see the person older than you make sure say you not stop until them stop. So when I go there, my focus wasn't just to shovel the sand. My focus was to stay as long until every other older person left the job. We backside. When me I shovel, we just a shovel. You see when I'm done, I sleep on the bag outside and the man say, back foot, me just come back and you still there, young man? Me say, yeah, me shovel the sun till everybody gone. The man give me $100. And when the man give me the $100, my mind change about working and making money. And the man say, no more, you be the supervisor. And you see from that day there, I take the money, go give my mother. I say, Mommy, I make $100 today, My mother beat me. I say, where your teeth it from? Bring it back. Where you get it from? Woo. I bury the money in the backyard. And then I walk at school again, and my focus was only to go back to that same spot to forget the $100 again every day. But this time, instead of me get the $100, I ask the man, what are you shoveling the sand to do? Because the other man tell me to create something. So every time I go back to the same spot, I do something a little bit different. I keep creating because of where my show me were for them. Before me done for the whole month, as at 12 years old, me have in my pocket alone about $1,000. This was back in like 1996.
Yeah, there's
So
something that happen to everybody, Cupid. Now everybody get that luxury there. No, I don't leave my children like to chance. No, sir.
No,
So Cupid,
like
so your parents weren't worried about you not coming home?
No, the place was right next to my house. It was a park. Instead of me go play, my focus on that.
All right, so, Cupid, but you have a point, but your point gone in.
If I drop down.
So you see,
Jen, what's up?
These kids, if you pay them and show them what they can make, they won't go. They're not
Jen,
going
good
to
morning.
what you're showing them.
10K, I gotta bring one sharpener to the room.
May I tell you, if try my method one day. Try to pay the kids what they're doing.
Me not paying no pitney. You pay a pitney, Tommy? Me not paying no pitney. Anybody else here paying their children for do their schoolwork? Me not paying no pitney for do their unapologetic. You not pay a pitney for do their schoolwork? Jenny, you not pay a pitney? Me not pay no pitney for do their schoolwork. Your schoolwork is your only responsibility. You not come home, come carry out goat and cow and go down a bush, go down a ground. You don't have those things to do. The only thing you have to do is your schoolwork. You come home, you can stay in your room all day and study. As long as you tell me say I study. I don't care. Me not gonna call if you come wash plate. Me not gonna call if you come do nothing. Just eat and go and back go do your studies. You know what time me there, so? I well want help. If you do something, I hear my daughter up there. Piano I go boom, boom, boom. Saxophone a foom, foom, foom in my ears. I say, but me leave her alone. Because me want her to be successful. Because if she thinks so when she turn 18, she a go no go to college and just stay in the house and farm fart in a not under this here roof here. Not in my cabinet. I ain't sending you to school to learn. And then got to pay you to do it. Exactly, Tommy.
So let me show you something now. At 18, what is the average should a child be making at 18 years old at any job they apply to or go into?
A minimum wage job that them are gonna get. Them not have no skills, no training, no education to get a better job.
You cannot pay my child minimum wage. Any minimum wage where I pay my child, I tell my child, so that's not the job for you.
That's why I'm not sending my pick them at 18 for go look work, you know. That's why I'm not sending my school. Exactly.
If you talk 9 to 5, if you talk 9 to 5, you cannot pay my child under $30.
Well, my pitney them now come out of my house at 18 and go bully people for pay them $30 when them can't wash 2 plates at 18.
No, you're not bullying.
No, me
You're
love.
not bullying nobody. You
Yeah, fight off people. Tell them say them have to pay you. Them have to pay you $30 an hour. And people who go to college and go learn something, I get less than that. And you go fight off people. Tell them say you just come out of high school.
No,
pay me $30 an hour.
They might get less than that because that's what they want. You see, when you go to a job, let me tell you something about jobs, because me done went through the whole process about job hiring manager, district manager, and all that. We have a system. The jobs have a system. They have a pay scale, right? They have a pay scale from, say, minimum wage to experience, right? So you would get $15.75 for minimum wage, up to $30, depends on your skill. When you sit inside of an interview and you're being interviewed, remember, as a child and as anybody, you the one that went to school for this. So you're not being interviewed by the person you think you're being interviewed by. You're interviewing that job to see if that job worth your time for you to work for that job. And if that job is affordable,
but
to
Cupid,
bring you into that
Cupid,
job.
you remember you just said you remember you opened your statement with an 18-year-old?
If a job is not paying you over $100,000, you should not work for that job.
An 18-year-old. An 18-year-old. To go make $100,000 with people with their masters, I make you a mad smarty.
So watch this, when
no company, right? No company, no company now go get up unless you have a ultra wealthy parent who through some kind of nepotism I go squeeze you in somebody establishment and fake it to say that you have all these credentials and stuff. But an 18-year-old just to come out of school, somebody gonna just pay them $100,000 for no reason. What skills do they have? What professional training do they have to earn that kind of money? Like what?
They went to school.
There are people who have their degree who don't make that. Are you kidding me?
No, those people.
Hold on. But some of the teachers, some of the teachers don't even make that.
Some teachers don't even make that.
Type of money.
Exactly. So you're gonna say 18-year-old to just come out of your house, just come out of high school for gonna make 100. What?
I'm gonna tell you, say whatever Cupid that smoke me want some, whatever
you want some, brother. Give me a draw for your spliff, Cupid.
So let me show you.
Share, Cupid, share.
May I share right now? May I share? Me can't prove when I prove.
Give me a draw for your spliff. Because I don't know anybody. So he should send this child to Cashapp University.
The job, any job exactly. We work at right now. Any job we work at right now. Me can't guarantee anything. Say you give me the number of where the people at, and me will call them and tell them me not even have no resume for phone job. Me not do phone work. And may I show you say the pay what them are give me for come in is bigger than phone pay. Any job.
All right.
It's not so much. Let me show you something. It's not so much.
In reality, that is true. That doesn't make you different from anybody else. I mean, you're talking like you're Einstein and you have the highest IQ. I mean, I don't know if you're Einstein, you have the highest IQ, bro, but whatever you're doing and saying right now is just onesie, just for you alone. It's not across the board. You know what I'm saying?
Because we both have minds and we both are creative. So when exactly. So why you talk gloating about your onesie? No, it's not gloating. It's about the child.
It is like, okay, if I have a job, you could come and get more money than me because you have a higher IQ. So that's big. All right, no problem.
No, that's not what I say. If you feel offended,
that's what you just said a while ago. You said you.
So you said a Cupid.
Get a higher money.
You said me can't tell you what kind of job me do and which part me work, and you can call my job and apply for my job, and you will get way more money than me.
That's what he said.
I saw you saying a Cupid, I know me say so.
I could literally do that.
You could literally do that.
I could literally do that.
Then fine. And I'm saying, yeah, you could do that. People do get into jobs and get more money than others. That's why they don't want you to talk about salary. But that's a onesie. And like Trev said, you know, unless you have somebody
when
who
they
can
say
push.
1Z, what does 1Z mean? They don't
Mean that
understand.
you're
the only
isolated
one.
case, not for everybody.
It wouldn't be something that could happen across the board to everybody. It would only happen to you.
And that's good if something like that can happen to you. That means you're well talented and favored. That's good.
But me
That's
not
great.
think so. I don't think so. Tommy says,
was a child.
Cupid. Tommy
not
says,
everybody has the opportunity you had.
Cupid.
Not everybody has the knowledge you have. You just happen to have a higher IQ by more than most people, according to you.
Tommy says she's 42.
And you use it up.
She asked you figure the formula so she can retire when she's 50.
So the formula is like this, right? Whenever you apply to a job, the first thing you do is how your resume is set up, right? What is your figure going inside this resume? So you're going to pick 5 jobs. I want you to pick 5 jobs. When you pick 5 jobs, you're going to ask yourself, how much should I be making going to these jobs, right? You're going to put that figure into your resume.
You know, some think we should make $1 million a year. Where's some if you do reapply for my job and tell them some want $1 million a year?
No, you got to reapply to a different job. You have to reapply to a different job. You pick 5 jobs, you reapply to 5 jobs, and you put $100,000 right at your salary if that's what you want. Whatever you want, put it there. When the job, if you apply to 5 jobs and one of those jobs call your phone or sent you for an interview, you already immediately know that you are clocked at $100,000. When you get inside that job to the interview, you're not going to ask for $100,000. Your price is going to go way up because an interview is not about interviewing you about what you're about to go do because you know what you're about to go do. Your interview is about money. It's about money. What am I there for? What can you afford me to come work for you? That's all it is. The job is where you go at to negotiate your money. Interviews are not to see what you can do. You already see my resume. You see what I went to school for. You see what I could do. You cannot ask me a question for the job I went for school for and study for, and I don't have an answer for it. It's what you can afford as the business. Can you afford me to come in here and work for you?
Miskits. Cupid over here, they give me all what me they look for. Who this name, beloved? So you care to share that formula, Cupid?
I just did. I told you how to do
Miskit say he has a point. Really, Miskit? All right, beloved, so this is particularly true. Really? Me never know of nobody who gets one job yet outside of their scope of training.
Yeah.
If you go get that much money. If you go get that much money.
So watch this, right? Let me show you something. Let me show you something we're not doing. Let me show you something that we're not doing. We're not investigating the job.
Wait, beloved, hold on.
We're not investigating the job that we're actually working for. Now, keep in mind, if you're in America, you have state and federal, right? And these jobs are getting particular money for each person pertaining to insurance and whatever it is. When you check your status by just one employee at these jobs, they're paying nearly $6,000 to $7,000 per person sitting at that job. That's what the government and the state is paying them. When you check the financial area of the business that you're going into, you're going to see the weight of what they're doing per person at that facility. But their job is not to pay you what they're receiving. Their job is to get you to agree to something that is less than what they could have, less than what they want to actually give to you. You as a person applying to that job have to make sure that job understands it. Listen, you can pay Johnny.
But listen, you can't just get up and apply for any job, a job for which you are not trained. It not sound practical. And them are going to just pay you big money. So
that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said the job, the field that you're in, what you studied. I want you to pick 5 jobs that pertain to your field. When you pick the 5 jobs that pertain to your field, you make sure you put that into your resume of what your salary is. Don't leave it blank. Don't leave it blank. If you leave it blank, you're creating a room to be at minimum coming in. You're making the job know that you are value. You create value coming in. You're not no little person where you're not talking money at yes, my G.
All right. Me hear. Beloved, let me hear what Beloved got to say on this topic here.
Yeah, oh man, this is interesting. So I'm just, you know, it sounds good, right? So every field that you go into has a market value, right? So in this case, if it says CNA, let's say you're a nurse and you're not a nurse practitioner who could easily make 6 figures, and you're just say CNA. I'm in information technology. I'm just going to use nursing for this conversation. So if you're a CNA, or LPN, I'm not sure which one, whatever lowest nursing program is, right? They might make at the most $10, $12 market value across the United States. So now, if Cupid is alleging that you could pick as a person in an entry-level position, you could dictate what your worth is, you're going to be stuck not ever getting any employment, because that person who you go to sit in an interview with, one, they have a budget for that position. They have a position they're looking to fill for that specific field. You're not going to come in as an entry-level employee and ask for 6-figure salary in a company that has a budget that is trying to stay within their budget, just to accommodate you, a person who is dispensable, which the whole word human resources is that you could be easily replaced. They have a filing cabinet full of, I'm in corporate, so I'm going to tell you this as a fact, a guy who sits on panels and interviews people. We have countless of applications. So if you come along and I deserve this and I'm entitled to this, we're going to look over you, man, just based on your arrogance and say, you know what, there's somebody more humble that's going to come in and work their way up. But if you have the skill, I'm not saying that you cannot. In IT, for example, the average, say, person in cybersecurity might make 80K, 70K, not 100K on entry position. So this notion that you will come in entry in cybersecurity and ask for $120,000, if you have experience, I can see that. So there's things that are practical that you're saying.
The only experience you have right there so is audacity.
There you go. That's it. So I'll end with that.
All right, so let me explain something to you so you can understand. I understand exactly what you're talking about, corporate. First, I'm going to investigate your business, and I'm going to see what your business is pushing. Then I'm going to come and talk with you. And if I can't talk to you, I'm going to find somebody I can talk to that understand there's an error with your business, and I'm going to find that error, and I'm going to prove to you where I can do the value to your business. So there's certain aspect that you're going to have to do in detail to be able to get that business to agree to your terms on what you're pushing and the idea that you come with. First thing first, before you apply to a job, you're going to sit down and calculate all your bills. So all your bills with your house, your rent, your food, your car, whatever it is, comes up to about $5,500 a month. You're gonna divide that down to see your figure coming inside that job. Plus, you got to do a 40% on there for savings. When you get $6,000, you know for a fact you cannot go to a job that has less than $6,000 that's paying you, because you're going to that job as a debt. You cannot do that. So if that job calls you and that job is not willing to give you an offer, you have 5 jobs that you apply for. When you investigate all 5 jobs and you go into the interview, the first thing you're going to do is ask them what they're looking for. Well, little do you know they're working inside your tribe, because a job cannot interview me. I'm interviewing the job. That's the first thing you got to understand when you're going to any business.
All
the
right.
job could never, ever interview you. You're interviewing that job because you're giving that job your time. You're returning your time for service. And this is how much I'm worth to come and sit at your job. And this is what your job is going to be returning, a value of me coming into that job.
I wish job hurt you, Jay.
No, I just don't rock with HR or corporate, because, again, this is why I work for myself now. This is why I don't work for nobody. This is why can't nobody boss me around. I am the boss.
And that's no true too. I work for myself. I don't work for anybody. This is just for people who's doing 9 to 5 and people who is in that field. If you can't be if you don't get a raise and if you don't elevate in 6 months in your job, you need to be looking for another job. That job is not going to put you up.
the problem comes in when corporate sits down for panels, or interviewers sit down, or employers sit down and interview people. They want yes men nowadays. And if you ever give them a price to say you want to get paid $17, I mean, you can have your accolades, right? You can get your $17 an hour and you may have it. But the thing is, again, they see it as arrogance. We see it as, you know, this is just how business is supposed to be. You're supposed to have an asking price. You cannot just sit here.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly what I'm saying. You cannot do that. When you do that and you get into that field, you cannot complain later, oh, they're not paying me much. You cannot do that because you never figure out what you wanted before you enter into that business.
Right.
So a lot of times people get into these jobs, and what they're doing, they're complaining and they fail to do the job the best of their ability,
Right.
because they go into the job and accept what the job given them. They signed a contract to go into these business. And when you sign a contract to go into this business, you have to uphold the contract that you signed to get into this business. You can no longer complain. If you're going to complain, the door is right there. You can leave. You're expandable.
Absolutely.
Because you're not getting paid what you wanted.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says
Every single
only when you
person
have
says
big
a
education and experience you get to have big talk in this world. Geja, good morning, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you?
I am wonderful, my dear. I am wonderful. Good to see you. Damian, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you.
There's so much happening in the world, right?
There is so much happening in the world. Trust me. We got
And to let you know, Trev, he's a former nurse, you know, so me know
where's the Jay?
exactly what people are going through. No, me, so he's a former nurse still, you know, me used to do nursing in hospital, but I don't do that no more.
What I want to say is,
Oh, your gateway. Tell me how your gateway. Where's the beloved?
I'm good. You good? I'll wait for you. I want to just touch up on some of the things.
Touch up on it, man. Touch up.
Yeah. So what I want to know, what kind of industry is he in? What kind of business does he have? Because based on his stance, the best thing he could go into is like outsourcing, right? The companies that people looking for job go to those people
With
and
him
they help
Ponzi
them
scheme.
get into it. Yeah, no, outsourcing. Like, what do you call it? Temp agencies. Here in America, they call them temp agencies. You know, you'll go to them and they'll help you get a job, right? Because if you have that kind of skill where you could help somebody get 6 figures in a
Without
field
any
that doesn't pay
training.
that, right? Without any training, then he could actually start his own outsourcing company, aka temp agency.
Yeah,
and he
you
could
can
make a
start
lot
your
of money
one.
because each employee,
One little Ponzi scheme.
yeah, they'll give him a cut. Yeah, but the reality of the word application, the legal term application means to beg. So you, the applicant, little do you know, you're begging for that position, right? If anyone that has a Black's Laws dictionary that wants to go look at the word application and see what it means to beg. So here you go, the beggar, right? Beggars, there's a saying, beggars are not choosers. So yes, you can set your price, but you better have the qualifications, you better have the credentials, and you better understand the market, because if you're going into a market that only pays $21 an hour, thinking you could go asking for $70 an hour, they're going to look at you as not being sound, right? They're going to think that you're off a little bit. You know what I mean?
Superman, what's up?
And keep in mind that job that you're applying for, you're not the only applicant. So you better go there like a person that's begging. And that's just all I wanted to say about that.
You're right.
So to correct that statement a little bit, my G, let me explain something to you. You went to school. Now you went to school. You studied this thing. You know every ins and out of what you're going into. The only part into when you're sitting down into interviews and you're talking, whatever it is, and you just claim your figure and you see what's going on.
Gills,
When
what's
you
up?
talk about transferring knowledge into what you're doing, you're supposed to already have the knowledge into awareness of what you're doing, because all of these are pertaining from the schooling, the community service hours you did, and everything like that before you get into the field. When you get into the field, you're no longer studying what you're doing. You're applying it. And if you can't apply it, you can't sit inside of an interview. It don't make no sense. Because you faked it, you copied. You watch somebody else work. You piggyback on somebody else. I'm talking about people who understand what they're doing. These are the people I'm talking about. You cannot know nothing and go sit inside of an interview and ask for $100,000, and then they're gonna look at you like, okay, so what do you know about the job that we have?
But talk out a two side of your mouth, because earlier you said your 18-year-old you said your 18-year-old could have go in any job and nobody can pay them less than $30. And I say, what qualification would an 18-year-old have to
they went to school
to get $18?
They understand.
They're graduating high school, for crying out loud. They're graduating high school.
Here's the thing too. I mean, here's the thing. Nowadays in 2026, right? Hold on. Let me finish my point here. In 2026, right? When even if you have the accolades and all the things that Beloved has mentioned, you know, with regards to the Black Soul Dictionary, the thing is, even if you have that, they're still not going to pay you that, because nobody nowadays wants to pay, especially with AI. Nobody wants to pay.
Not only that, so we're not talking about pay.
Hold on, let me just make a point here, please. Let me make a point here. So,
Go ahead, sir.
you know, like the work, the job market is divided in different categories, right? So you have your skills trade, you have your blue collar, your professional jobs, your corporate jobs, and your like retail. So say, for example, a person walk into any field, no matter how well you have studied, and you don't have the requisite skills, experience that goes with that field. Say, for example, you go to a trade school and you come out top of your class, and you get all A's, and you come out as a mechanic in the industry, and say Freightliner, and I'm hiring.
Jay, what's up?
And you 22 years old, and I have a guy who's been turning wrench all his life. Now he's like 34 years old, 35 years old, and he's never been to a trade school, but he have owned some of the skills and tricks of the trade. Tell me, what does a 24-year-old who have read all these books could tell me to convince me to hire him and pay him more than that guy who have been turning wrenches? This is, we have to be realistic. We have to be realistic. And I'm telling you this from experience now. Hold on.
Okay, so
It's the same.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, my brother, please. It's the same thing in the medical field. It's the same thing in law. It's the same thing in say, for example, finances. So once upon a time, we used to have an apprenticeship program where people used to learn physically on the job. And those people were worth their weight in gold. But we can't come out now with a mentality to say that I've read this book written by somebody and I've regurgitated it enough to where I understand the tricks of the trade. We don't. You can't understand the tricks of the trade by reading a book or passing an exam. You have to be tried in fire. You have to walk through that fire to know. And that's basically how it is.
Yep.
And that's how you ask. That is how you ask for your salary. Through your experience, the little nuances that you have overcome, and so on and so forth. It's not that I have graduated top of my class.
Morning.
I don't know what graduating top of your class mean. Because for all I care, you could have cheated on all your exams.
That's what I'm
So I
saying,
don't
though.
care about.
That's
Right,
what
I don't know. I'm not saying that's what. No, I am not saying what you're saying. That is not. I'm not knocking no one. I'm just.
No, I know. I'm saying the job market is super
Where?
crooked. I'm just saying it's
Yes,
crooked
I
in a sense.
agree. No disagreement. I'm just saying this is where the rubber meets the road. It is not about your grades on a paper. It is about your experience or your tried in the fire. That is what I think is worth your weight in gold.
So let me ask you a question, right? Back to the mechanic section that you're talking about, the mechanic part that you say a child go to school, right? And when you're reading a formula in school and they're giving you hands-on work, right? And you understand an engine, just hypothetically speaking, an engine. And you know an engine is built up of four things, right? And you know how to take that engine out of the vehicle within 4 hours. Any engine in any vehicle could be out in 4 hours. But you got a guy that's been doing it for 20 years. And this guy take 8 hours to take an engine out. And you got a kid that graduated from school And because he understands the concept of what it is to take the engine out of the vehicle in 4 hours, this guy's doing it in 8 hours. And both parties sit inside of the interview, whatever it is, and they're asking for pay. And you got a younger guy that could develop nearly 20 more, 30 more years in your company. And you got a guy that's 50. He's gonna bring in experience, because that's what you're saying. And he only got like 10 more years to do whatever he's doing. And you got a kid that's coming and doing it much faster than the guy that's 50. And he's doing a good job without a comeback. And he's telling you these experiences that he has based off the school and whatever he did, and based off his side job, because he's going to be doing work outside of school to pertain to keep his knowledge sharp. You always got to do something outside of the schooling that you're doing to keep your knowledge sharp. Who would you hire in a particular, if you have two people sitting in front of you? One is experienced, he's 50. One is 25, but the 24-year-old guy is doing it much faster, no comeback and no error, and he's following the system like how it got set up. He know how to read very fast. He know how to take the engine out, put it back in, no problem. Road test it, give it back to the customer in 4 hours, no problem. Then you got a guy that's doing it in 8 hours, experienced, 50 years old. He got 10 years. It's a system.
So what?
Stop right there.
How we reach all the way over there, so?
Right, but he's just repeating. And
Beloved.
from the U.S. Army. Cupid, I came from the U.S. Army. 1-800 U.S. Army. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Listen to this. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. If you were that guy, watch me now. If you were that guy, I would look at what I want to invest in you, not by what you say, because every interview is a practical interview. There's some things that I am going to look for if I'm an employer. I'm going to start look at your potential. I'm going to look how trainable you are. And I'm also going to look at your safety and your concern for environmental awareness. So I'm not just going to look to grind you out to make maximum from you. I'm going to see if you're an investment or you are a piece of disposable material. That's what I'm going to look at. So there's a lot of things that people take into consideration when they're interviewing. You don't just look at somebody and say this person is like a galloping freaking impala or a jaguar or a horse or a shaft mule. There's other things that you look for, okay?
All right, thank you, Deja.
But you have different levels of people. What I'm trying to tell you, you have different levels of people, different learning capability, and you have some people are very everything you just said. Some people are at a higher capacity to do what you're saying, and all the quality that you're saying. You got people at that level mentally, and you got some people like what you're saying, slow and steady. You got some people that's going slow and steady. They're really slow, and they're steady, but they're slow. And you got some people fast and steady because of their capability. They're moving at a higher rank, a higher pace. Just like you have a track star, Usain Bolt. When Usain Bolt was running, he was fast natural. It's a natural thing. Some people are just natural with it. So you're putting a lot of stuff in consideration. A lot of people don't work the same. You have some people work slow, but they're good. You have some people work medium, but they're good. You have some people work at a faster capacity, and they're good. You have some people that works under pressure. You have some people that don't work with pressure. So there's a lot of things that's taking factors into certain aspect that you're saying, but until that person is actually doing it, and you see them doing it, and they can prove what they're saying, it's a whole different system. I understand what you're saying. And you as a person being the interview person, you as a person who's coming to this job, you might have a person sitting in front of you that sound like they're arrogant, but that's not arrogant. They are confident. Because arrogant means a lot of different ways.
They're confident to walk into a job for which they're not trained and get the job and get more money than the people who are there who are trained.
Once you have completed school, you have been trained. Once you have been schooled and you have passed your...
Let me tell you what, I have interviewed people a lot. When you're interviewing people, I always tell them this. When you go to school and you complete a 4-year degree, it only tells me one thing. It's not that you're smart. It tells me that you stick with it. You pick up a job, a task, and you stuck with it to the end. So, the fact that you have a degree, you've completed a degree, it simply means you might want to stay with me as an employer. Doesn't mean that you're smart. Never tell me that you're smart. You sitting down in a classroom reading a book, remember the book was written by somebody smarter than you. What I look for now is how you write your application, how you write about you. That's what I look for. That's you telling me about you. And then you're going to tell me what you value to me. I don't care that you got all A's. And I tell you this all the time. I don't care how many books you've read and how well you recite and regurgitate. I look for you representing me. Because my job is not for you, it's for me. Everybody who comes to a job is only a tool. And the tool is only as useful as its ability to complete my task. So never walk into a job and believe that it is about you. It is about the industry. It is about what can I profit from your labor, your know-how, how trainable you are.
That's it.
All right.
He's right. So that's what I was saying. Cupid's stance when we came in was that he could help anyone essentially go into any position and guarantee them 6-figure salary. And that's why I jumped in the conversation, because there was no specification as to what field, what skill, what experience. It was so generalized that anyone essentially could follow his procedure and land a 6-figure salary job, regardless of their background, expertise, skill. Now, this is what I'm saying.
That's all like one Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, so the reality, Cupid, is that one, every business is in to make a profit, right? Now, if our budget is only for an employee that we can only pay $35,000, when we post for this position, it will say between 35 to say 40K a year, right? Now, if you come in saying, I demand 100K, right? What the gentleman just spoke on is very, very key, because during an interview, we're not going to speak on salary until your second interview, which now at that point means that we are interested in pursuing, giving you an offer, right? And we'll give you an offer you can count at that point. Say, I don't want 35 or 40, I want 50, right? And based on how you presented yourself, and key word here is how you present yourself at this interview. The interview is not only looking for skill, it's looking to see how coachable you are. Now, I can give you an example in IT, the field that I'm in, and one of the guys that we interviewed, he didn't have much technical skills, and we could tell he was like fumbling on a lot of the basic questions we were asking. But because he was humble and humble enough to say, I don't know, we actually hired this gentleman, because in IT, in network, in the field that I'm in, we rather a person who does not know and is willing to learn and try, versus a person who thinks they know, who could then make a mistake because of their pride, right? So we hired this guy not because of his technical skills, but because he was humble enough to say he doesn't know. Can you imagine? So a lot of the interviews is not based always on skill only. It also has a lot to do with your character. You could actually earn a good position paying job based on how you presented yourself. You're coachable, you're agreeable. I mean, all these qualities that an employer needs, because if you look at Gen Zs, for example, and I encourage you to do your research on this, Gen Zs have a hard time getting employment and keeping employment. And part of the issue with Gen Z, with the workforce, is that they think that they could come and reinvent the wheel. And most employers don't want somebody to come in to try to reinvent the wheel. They want somebody that could come in and follow company protocols and procedure and do what needs to be done to help the company make profits. So look up Gen Z and look up why are they struggling with getting employment and keeping employment. And do your research on that. You'll be amazed.
See, I appreciate you, beloved. I appreciate you. Cupid. Oh, when you gone? What you got to say about that?
So about that, like I said before, right? Everything these guys are saying is completely true to the level of person who's agreeing to those terms. What I'm trying to explain to you is the person you're dealing with, everyone has a different level of how they move. You will have a guy that comes in that you might ask him a question and he knows everything you're saying. That doesn't mean, oh, he's a know-it-all. His level of understanding is just at that part. So you're gonna have to shift and give him a detail or something bigger. Depends on the business that you're talking about. Because all the businesses right now, they don't follow the rules they state. They only apply it when you get in trouble with it. Then they say, oh, did you follow the rules? But when you're following the rules, they say, hey, you're going too slow. Or man, come on, man, we don't want you to do that. Do this, but you train me to do it this way. It's a lot of other detail behind what we're saying, and we can't touch base on every detail until the subject comes up. What I'm saying is that it's how you
so stupid. I got a question for you. So say, for example, let me just find out something from you. What would you prefer to be, an employee or an employer in this current climate?
None. I don't want to be none of that.
So you don't want to employ, you wouldn't want to employ anyone?
No.
And you wouldn't want to work for anybody?
No.
So how do you frame your conversation then?
When you say frame a conversation, what do you mean? Elaborate that.
All right, so I'm going to elaborate. Thank you. Beautiful. So you're not lobbying as an employee, and you're not lobbying as an employer. What is your position?
I'm an entrepreneur.
So what is an entrepreneur?
An entrepreneur is somebody who develop money regardless of the situation they're in.
All right, so hold on. Watch me now. These are ways that people make money. You're going to work giving skill or service. That's how you make money. Are they giving a skill or you're giving a service? Now, say for example, you are an entrepreneur. You're going to either be buying and selling something or providing a service for somebody, or you're going to provide a skill for somebody. You have to fill a gap. Money does not come by just go to your computer and just sit down and typing. It doesn't work that way. You have to be meeting somebody's need. You have to. There's a need that you're meeting. You're fulfilling a need. A need either in the financial sector, you're going to go in the service sector, in the skills, whatever. But you have to be meeting a need. There is no one-man show that exists. There's always somebody that you're collecting from, paying to, receiving from, delivering to. So where do you think you stand? How do you communicate with those who, say for example, in drop shipping? You got to talk to UPS or FedEx or Amazon. You got to talk to somebody. How do you see yourself as being the boss of all these little strings that you're pulling? How do you see yourself interacting with your delivery guy, your receiving department? Because you are either an employer or an employee at the ending of the day. So how do you see yourself in all of this?
So the way I see myself is kind of everything that you're saying. I will be the person who oversees everything that you're saying. So I'm the guy that sits on the top, right? And every little thing that moves, my hand is in it, where I'm receiving it from just my room. So I sit in my room and I just click a little button and I make $600. I make $1,000 just by clicking the button. Now, when we go into deep,
Hold on. So when you click a button, let's just call the button whatever. So you open up an email, basically, and you accept and you return and whatever. When one delivery, let's make it realistic. Say you're doing transshipment for somebody. You're getting t-shirts from China and you're delivering them somewhere else, or you're getting them from Thailand or from Bangladesh. How do you deal with somebody who do not deliver your product? Or how do you deal with something that you didn't receive? You don't pick up the phone? You don't send an email?
No, I don't do none of that. Those are small stuff. You're talking about.
I agree that these are. Hold on. I agree that these are small stuff. So say,
Hold on, I gotta land my point.
Hold on, man. Cupid, hold on.
All right,
So you import a shipping container, a 40-foot container of T-shirt to be from Thailand, and it's supposed to be delivered in Arizona. And you go to the Shreveport, to the wharf down there, and your container is not there. You didn't go. You send an email to one of your gopher, and he went, and it isn't there. And he said to you, it's not there. You never pick up the phone. You never send an email. You just ignore it.
No, so what I'm saying, if you're talking about that particular level that you're talking about, there's a lot of details behind that. My level of what I'm talking about is that I'm one of the ones that sit on a panel, right? And the way our panel moves is anything that moves it in a particular time frame.
But you said you were the guy on top of it all. That's what you said originally.
Yes,
but hold on. Let us agree that you sit on a panel. Let us take it this new angle that you're pointing out. You sit on the panel. Are you saying to me that when something goes wrong, you never have a conversation with anyone on the panel?
Nobody. I don't need to speak to anybody. I make money. Like right now, me being on the phone with you guys, I made $1,000 just being on the phone with you guys. Just being here. I don't have to sit and talk to.
What kind of scheme? What kind of scheme?
I'm showing you something. Hold on, but you gotta let me land my point. Let me land my point.
Me want to hear, cause me up on the phone all the time. Me want to know if you make them money there.
Everything that move it within the world, it move on a platform. Everything that move it, a nursing home, cars, jewelry, gold, silver, everything is
money there by just being online.
Look, everything is moving on a system. When you identify the system that is moving on, you no longer playing by that rule. You're playing above that rule because you're the person that sits. Every time it moves, you grab it. Every time it comes back to a point, you grab it again. You don't speak to nobody. You don't have to interact with anybody. But if you're down where you're the drop shipper and you got to be the person who calls somebody or send an email, yes, you have to interact with those type of things. You have to develop time to talk to her. If something goes wrong, you got to be able to do that. I don't want to do none of that. I'm the guy that sits there, and when something moves, I grab a little piece of it and I'm done. I don't want to interact with nobody.
Yeah, so how are these pieces moving, right? If it's something that's able to generate you income, residual income at that, where you could just sit there and boom, money is there. Like, doesn't it take an employee to be able to make these movements and make that money for you? How, unless you're into stocks or something, how are you able to just make money?
Just make money like that.
A company, yeah, without employees. And if you have employees, are you able to pay them 6-figure salaries? And if that's the case, how do you determine your salary for your employees?
The employee, I never determine their salary. They tell me how much they want to go get paid, and I create a system that could pay them that much money and make me triple what they're making.
Work for you. I'm gonna quit right now. I'm about to put my 2 weeks in.
I want to learn, because I want to retire at 60.
Hold on. Yeah, so beloved, Cupid thing is called PFM. PFM. I just look it up.
Oh, what that's?
PFM. Pure fucking magic. Pure fucking magic. I just look it up.
Hey, I like that. Hey, look. I like that name. I like that. That's sweet. I like that. Pure fucking magic. I like that.
People don't like up alive.
So what I'm saying is that when I was 12 years old, this guy taught me something, and when he taught me that, my focus shift from working 9 to 5 and all that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I was doing the 9 to 5 thing and doing all that kind of stuff, right? And I understand what it takes to do that type of stuff and what you got to go into, what you got to yield yourself for, right? But while you're doing your 9 to 5, there's a system that you're supposed to be putting out. You can't be putting out 40, 60 hours for a business for your time that you're learning for, and you're not doing that for yourself. So when the guy told me, hey, while you're working, pay attention to what's moving around you. Pay attention to it because it's right there. Money is just a paper. Money is something that you can literally go.
You're giving us, hold on. Before you give us the steak, I see you giving us a steak dinner here. This unapologetic ask you to share the little breadcrumbs. Give us the building blocks so we can build our little magic empire as well, please. Tell us where to start.
Okay, so say you want to do what I do. The first thing you're going to have is $20,000 in your bank account. If you got $20,000, I can guarantee you probably about...
Not magic, no, I need the magic. First, you have to give me the magic to get the 20,000. And we work our way up from there.
Do your 9 to 5. Do your 9 to 5 and gain the money. Gain the 20,000.
So do 9 to 5, gain 20,000. Good. So skip all my bills, save 20,000. Good. Moving on.
Yes.
So after I get to saving 20,000, what do I do next?
When you get the 20,000, I'm on here right now. Send me an email. Send me an email that you make $20,000. I'm gonna create. Hold on.
Hold on. All my friend. Hold on.
This is like one Ponzi scheme.
I'm Jamaican, live in the United States in the 90s, 20s, 2000s upward. I remember this Miss Cleo.
Call me now.
Call me now.
Call me now.
Email. So.
I'll be going around selling flyers, door-to-door salesman.
Yes. Good. So tell me, what do I need to do without sending you my email? I'm not going to send you my social security number. Not going to send you my credit card number.
I don't want.
I'm not going to send you my email. And I'm not going to send you my phone number. I'm saying, hold on. You're going to break it down for this audience. Right. For this audience, break it down. So now we have 20,000. What is the next piece of tool we need?
I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening to what I'm trying to do.
That's email, and I said I'm not going to do that. So I said,
no, I'm saying.
Do I need a knife? Do I need a computer? Do I need a printer? Do I need a magic jack? What do I?
All you need is your cell phone because you're going to be following me. But what I'm saying to you is that for you to get the $20,000 and you're serious and you're contacting me directly. Now keep in mind, I don't want to work with nobody, right? I don't want to do none of that stuff. I like to be on the low key, let my kids do the same thing, and they learn from that, right? That's my thing, because there's a lot of stuff that goes around here. People say Pansy.
Is that like Amway? Hold on. Is that like Amway or Avon or what was it? Other one?
Mary Kay.
Mary Kay stuff. You're moving those stuff. Those are baby stuff, bro. If you talk pennies, you get pennies. When you talk dollars, you get dollars. I can't sit and have a conversation with some. I'm not saying you. I'm not disrespecting you in no way, right?
But my time. Mary Kay. I just thought about it. Mary Kay.
Yeah, Mary Kay. Those are products.
Okay, they had another one
spending
also.
too much time.
I think it was around about 2009, 8 and 9. It was another one where they used to come to your house and sit down and have these little parties and ask you. It's kind of it's a different.
The ones that used to sell like gas services in your house and telephone services, and if you get 10 more, if you get 10 people to join, you move up in the company and you get 10 more.
Yeah, or the ones that you sell like legal, was it paralegal, like something like that?
Paralegal. Makes money. Yeah, but that's the one I'm talking about, the paralegal one. Yes. Yeah. It was called something other legal. I remember.
Prepaid legal. Yes. You're talking about prepaid legal.
Prepaid legal.
That's it.
Good. Yeah, that is also on my platform. I see that on the platform.
So Cupid, we've been there, done that. We're old folks. You see? not gonna follow you, Cupid.
What I'm saying,
Cupid, we're not gonna follow you.
When you're talking about Mary Kay, prepaid legal, those are little stuff. Those are not stuff that worth my time to sit there and talk to anybody about that. That doesn't worth my time. What I'm saying to you, my time, 5 minutes of my time worth a lot. You understand? And I take my time very seriously, especially when I'm doing the business part of it and stuff like that.
I know it's worth a lot. I don't want it to go on and we don't pay you. So, how much do we owe you so far?
Right now,
But Cupid,
right now it's free. We're just having a conversation. We're just transferring knowledge.
We're not taking. Hold on. We're not going to take advantage of you. Nobody here will, and I won't let that happen. How much do we owe you?
I don't think you have the money to pay me right now. Based off if I charge you.
What's up?
You won't be able to pay me.
Derek, what happened?
I'll refinance.
My
Say it
chat
again.
is on fire.
I will refinance.
Cupid, the best way you could sell me on this idea is like show me your portfolio, right? And show me like right now the money that just came in, like a bank statement. I'll be sold 100%. Show me $1,000 just came in right now, and then I will hope you could explain to me how it came in, because somebody could have sent it to you, maybe a family member, maybe those rich Nigerians that tell you they want money and they'll send you money. Right? So
There's Nigerian them.
Seeing is believing, right? So to convince for some people to convince us, you have to show us, because a lot of even scam artists, they'll drive around nice fancy cars because
they gotta show it to us, people.
Yes, you gotta show something, right?
Listen, the people who are making real money, they're not sharing nothing with us. You're right.
I like the other one. This one. Publishers Clearinghouse.
Publishers.
I like Publishers Clearinghouse.
You just won $1 million even though you never bought a ticket.
Let me tell you this. I kind of find TikTok so entertaining. 5 minutes into a conversation, you'll find out that there's an evangelist with healing powers. There's a magician who can make you money. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. Go ahead. Entertain me. I'm here. Yes.
I would love to know how to make that money, because 5 minutes into the conversation, Cupid said, "I'm already make $1,000."
Yeah, I'm 6, man. I need to sign off and put my 2 weeks in and try to make $1,000 while on the phone with you.
I swear, I will take that job. Well, say if you stop, well, this one marks if you stop ruining over your career.
I'll clean his shoes. I'll clean his shoes twice a day. I don't even want to take the job. I'll just clean
to make that money. Good morning, Blossom. How are you doing? Welcome.
I'll clean his shoes twice a day.
Good luck.
He's gonna pay you $100,000. So I mean, I clean whatever I need to clean, right? So for $100,000, he could make me get that type of income. I'm all for it.
Where did he go?
When he run off?
Ain't gone, man. Ain't gone.
Look, everybody's good until you call them on their bullshit.
Oh man. That was
Guys,
It was.
I'm not gonna love my friend, own this one, Joseph. Nobody else not have anybody else here. Since we're talking about money and how to make money, anybody else here have any ideas as to how we can make some legit money now? Legit money. Me not in a Ponzi scheme like my friend does. So legit money. Wanna talk to me?
Other than working, I don't know any other way, man.
Oh shit.
Let me tell you though. So there's a need I see right now. And this is the need. There's a niche.
Oh, Genesis stocks.
We have to have. Yeah, you have. No. A lot of people don't want to work. I know people don't want to work anymore. And that is okay. So we have to come up with the need now to supply machinery that will do the work that we don't want to do. So we have to think a little bit more innovative. So if you look at, say, for example, these third world countries and where they're failing, and you look at industrial giants like China and some of East Asia, some of these factories, that you realize that like things like agriculture is taking a beating because it's just going corporate.
Okay.
So like small farmers are being pushed out in third world countries and developing countries. Now we have to find a way to mechanize small subsistent farming. That's one way. And you have to own that now before corporate giants start playing. So you have to stop looking at Kubotas and John Deere and stuff like that. And then you have to encourage families to buy local. So if you look at local dairy industry in like Connecticut and Pennsylvania,
good morning.
You have to find a way. Good morning, Jen. You have to find a way now to control these little mom and pop and help them to distribute into homes holistically. These are things that you have to look into. There's no PFM. Yeah, this PFM thing that good morning.
Morning, Jenny.
That guy just spilled. It's not going to work.
No, sir.
Listen, I'm at work. Gage, let me say one thing that that I discovered. That don't beat me down, people. I got a beating last time I was here, so my tail is tucked. There's a nurse practitioner that asked me last year, "Hey Jenny, do you invest in stocks?" And I'm like, "No. Should I be doing that?" She opened up her portfolio, and I nearly dropped dead, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And she said that it's only one portfolio, like real stuff. So she said to me, "I'm gonna." So I downloaded the app.
Beloved,
it's Robinhood. Maybe you can download other apps, and I bought shares from Big Bear AI. One of the shares was $2.60. And and I bought little thing that give you extra shares from Tesla, like a portion of the shares and blah blah blah. Anyway, long story short, and I bought like 20. I was like, okay, $500. I'm gonna just invest in some stocks and see what it do. Like maybe 3 weeks afterwards, the Big Bear AI stock was $12.60. Mr. Millie dropped down. Mr. Me, and I had bought 56 shares. So Mr. Me, I go make money. It's like beginner's luck. Anyway, Mr. The shares start go down. It go down 1 day, 2 days. Then it went down to $9.20. I'm saying, you know what? I am going to just sell them. So I sold that stock, the 56 of them, made a little profit because I bought it for $2.60. And now Big Bear AI is like maybe $1 something. So I made good on that one. But there's a lot of people who are investing in the stock market and they're doing really well. So I still have my money in there, but I'm not brave like other people. Yeah.
Jenny said, "I'm not brave like other people." You're right.
But I thought all of us were informed on stocks because Robinhood as an app been out since like I think 2016, 2017.
Yes,
because
it's true.
I first me hear about it. So
I have been having.
You know about
I have Robinhood app. Hold on. When I'm Dogecoin.
I first me hear about Robinhood.
Through Robinhood.
Yeah. Robinhood, the government says like they charge too much money. Yeah. Just never jump down talking and people
I first me hear about Robinhood. So don't go and talk. I take notes.
Yeah, so she gave a great idea of how to make money, but she mentioned like what's considered penny stocks, where you buy it for like $2.
Morning, Joseph. How you doing?
And the thing is, you sit around and wait for it to go up. Hopefully, it goes up to $9, $10, then you resell it and make your profit.
Let's see, man. I'm at the work, but I'm in the classroom.
Okay.
The knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome, my love.
Guys, yeah. So I'm listening in.
Okay.
And, I don't mean to interrupt the person that's speaking, so I will say something when the time is right.
Okay, no problem. No problem. What you were saying, beloved?
So I was saying stocks is definitely a good way to go. If you if you have money to invest in it, like what she did is with the penny stocks, if you could buy a lot of it, because it's you could buy it for cheap versus like Tesla and Google and Amazon, these other stocks that go for like $100, $200 a piece, where you can only buy 1 or 2 shares. But if you could buy those penny stocks that are cheaper, the trick is you buy those, but you want to buy it a lot, right? So if she would have bought, like, say, instead of 50 shares, if she would have bought, say, 1,000 shares or a little bit over that, then now when it goes up from, say, $2 to $8, she would have made a good amount of money, right? But even so, either way, she made money. But the biggest thing with the penny stocks is you want to buy as much as you can, and that's where some of us end up falling short because we never have that hard cash where we can put
To just dump it in it.
3,000 there, just dump it in there. But if you have that kind of money, where you could dump, say, $3,000 on a penny stock, $4,000 on a penny stock, you could flip that $3,000 in a week or in days and go from 3,000 to 4,000 or 5,000, depending on how much it goes up. And it's not that complicated. Stocks is really just looking at the trends, and anything you buy, if you buy in a specific, like Shiba Inu, for example. Shiba Inu was one of the popular ones. If you buy Shiba Inu, you look at the current price, you go back and look at the previous months to see how much did it go up, how much did it go down, and then you just look at the trends to see how often does it go up and down, and when it does go up, how high does it go? Because you're buying it for, say, $10, but you see there's a peak where it hit $20, right? So if you see that trend, you're like, you know what? Let me buy 1,000 units at $10 with the hopes that it'll hit another peak at $20, and then I could cash out. So now your $1,000 turns into $2,000. You know, so stocks is definitely a good way to make money, but it takes money to make money. So the people who have the capital are able to really make a lot of money off of stocks without moving any fingers. This is what the guy should have said, that you could make money without lifting, without doing anything. You put the money there, you sit, and next thing you know, it doubles up, it triples up, and you can cash it out.
Oh, I have to look into that a little bit more, because it sounds interesting.
Yep. It is.
So also ads. I'm not good with that yet. But a lot of people sitting down on TikTok, a lot of us spend a lot of time. You have to understand also that mainstream media has failed, and attention right now is the new gold. So you have to learn how to generate ads, feed ads, make ads, and target a nice new audience. This is something that you have to learn to do right now, and you have to jump on it yesterday. Because if you remember, you used to turn on your TV and you see all these infomercials and this commercial and this advertisement. When mainstream media is failing, they're losing a lot of audience to social media. You have to understand now how to control some of these ads on social media. That's a new part of income earning. And I am not good, nowhere near good, but I'm learning, and I'm not gatekeeping any information.
Tell me.
So, yeah, so you have to learn that. I can't tell you what I've learned just over TikTok, but it's better for you to research and learn your own methods. But you can just start Google how to control ads on social media, and you'll see templates and how people are getting into it. And you have to see which of them work for you, how you can feed this machine. It's a machine now, and it is very greedy because everybody's vying for attention.
How to control ads on social media? I see you just say, Gaja.
Yes. How to, yeah, that's a part of the game. How to, not just control. Like, you're not going to stop yourself from seeing the ads. You want to know how to participate in delivering these ads. That's an investment.
Yeah, if you can see the screen there, I can show you guys an example of one of the apps you want to get is Yahoo Finance. And with Yahoo Finance, you actually could go in and you could track whatever stocks you're tracking and look at what it's doing, right? Like right now, you see there's DJT, Trump's media is currently down. So if you look at that and you look at the trend, what you would do is right now it's selling at $10.20. So you will look at this graph and try to find when it's at its peak, how much is it selling for, right? So it's only like maybe 20 cents more, 30 cents more. So that won't be a big profit. if you bought this, because then it would take you to buy a whole bunch of shares, and it's 20 cents profit. So when you're looking for these things, you just want to look for one that you could purchase. Like Tesla, you see is 403. Imagine buying a share at $403, right? So the people who bought these Tesla shares back when it was $100, when it was, you know, $150, right? They could actually capitalize if they bought a lot of shares, because now it's $400. You know?
No, they cannot afford it.
It's 261. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why for some of us we go with these cheaper ones, the penny stocks, the ones that are like $8, like this one right here, TTI, Tetra Technologies at $8.68. I would look at the cheapest point that it was at. Even this one's not that great, because the cheapest was only like $8.35. Right now it's going for $8.68.
Buy money, make money.
Yeah, you have to. So this is where the money, if you have the capital. So even if it's only 20 cents, if you could do 20 cents times, if you had $100,000, it adds up, right? You know, because that's 20% profit that you could make. I mean, 20%, 20 cents per share you could make in profit. So it's a numbers game. That's all it is, you know. And it takes capital essentially. If you have the hard cash, like the lady said, I know a nurse, and she could one day she would send me a text message bragging, "Oh, just this morning alone, I made $2,000 off of one of my stocks, you know, and I'm gonna go ahead and cash it in." You know, she makes a lot of money, but she is a single woman who has the finances. She has the money,
spends a lot,
so she could put all her income. She buys a lot, but she make a lot of money on it, on these stocks. She's made a lot of money just
I'm gonna have to learn,
because she has the money to put into it.
Yeah, I need to learn how to do something. I'm staring retirement in the face. I don't want to be working myself to death.
Yeah, my phone went dead. That don't cut off on me.
Yep. What Cupid, come back. Cupid.
Yeah, my phone died, man.
Oh man. And we wanted to hear some more of the conversation to see how we can pick sense out of nonsense.
But I'm gonna charge my phone. I gotta charge my phone.
Really?
We were talking about stocks.
Really? You know, I almost have one dream just now. Me almost dream. So Cupid, you have any? I mean, they in gone. Garfield, I've been waiting for you all morning. You know, love bug. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, we are over here talking. The conversation has gotten to stocks. How it got here, to be honest with you, I don't know. Because this is not where the conversation was. But that's what they're over here talking about. So good to see you. Welcome. You catch a tail end of the live. Because the live going to be closing up in the next minute or two. Because you see me I drop asleep. You know see how much time I drop asleep there said? Beloved. You come and the live is about to be over. Yeah, you know, I've been up now for 16 hours. So time for me to go catch a nap. Hey, my good man. I come from work tired. But I said I had to come live. Yeah, if I not come live, I go sleep long. Wake up later to go back to work, and then I not go get fit talk to no. So I talk to no till now I drop asleep. So I go hold my corners. I go hold my corners and go sleep. Right, unapologetically. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay? Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
That's the deal. Boy, beloved, make sure I see you forward again.
Sure. Yeah, I'll be back. You know,
yeah, Josie, make sure you forward again to come teach people them. Yeah, no make them run away. No make them run away with no stories around here. Oh, why you say Garfield? If you teach them, I agree. Yeah.
Most definitely, and the networking is very important. You
Oh,
see how
exactly.
coming together yield a wealth of information. But
Yes.
something I want to say too,
I want to say something to all of us because as it relates to getting the knowledge, we are not short on that. But we have to commit to learn a little every day and do a little about what we learn. So the key factor for me is to not just get the information, but appropriately apply it. And just every day learn something and apply something. And I think that's how we grow for the most part. So what can we take away and live out today? That's important to me.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I truly appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Well, after this, me have to go look about them Robin Hood stock and something them I talk about. Yeah.
I've been on that for a while, but not active enough, so I'm not seeing the result.
Oh,
But
Cap.
let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going, yeah.
Okay, I
Peace and love to
appreciate you,
everybody.
Garfield.
Have a great day. Yeah.
You too, my love. You too. Yeah.
Peace and love. Yeah, God bless.
Okay, my dear. Garfield Cross. Yeah, it's good to see you, but guess what? At this particular time, I'm gonna go take me a rest. Can me keep on a buck and a drop asleep on the live. So it's what now? It's 11:20. If I fall asleep at 11:30, 12, 1, 2, 3. 3 would be a good time for me to wake up. Right, Tammy? Yeah. 3 would be a good time for me to wake up. When I wake up, either that I'm gonna come back live, or may I go just drive down the road and go anywhere which part they congregate. You know what I mean? But anyway. All right, beautiful people. Those of you on the tube, those of you on the talk, thank you all so much for tapping the screen over here. And I don't know. I'm gone. I'll see you all later. Ainsley. I'll see you all later, guys. You all have yourselves a blessed day. I'll see you all sometime when we wake up sometime later. All right? Go have yourselves a good day. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. And I'll see you all later.